The largest issue is that we're not praying together, and it's it's the old adage: a family that prays together stays together, and we have two separate communities that are praying, and it's saying that's good. It keeps them together, but putting them together, parish, you feel like strangers, and you feel like we're two different parishes in one house. And that's just unacceptable. Bilingual masses don't appeal to anybody. Let's just be honest. It's there's part of it you understand, part of it you don't understand. Unless you're bilingual, you don't like it. And so how can we make it as painless as possible for as many people? And I figure simultaneous translation is like, duh, why aren't we doing it? It's really kind of a Pentecost moment of saying, really, we can have a bunch of languages together and everyone can understand. And that's using technology to bring about Pentecost. People are addicted to their technology, and it's not helping them. It's actually leading them away from the Lord. So how can we use technology to connect us and bring about communion, genuine communion? I think this is one of the profound ways of doing it is simultaneous translation.
It provides something for the Hispanic community that don't have an interpreter with them all the time.
Because the loaf of bread is one, we, the many, are one body.
And there was a lot of tension in the parish between the Hispanic community and the English community.
Because they're trying really hard to do the Spanish. When we do the rosary and they try so hard as we do too.
And so we started making rosaries. And we make rosaries for our first communicants and confirmation kids. And that's how we come together. We have potlucks every so often, and we just build community that way.
It's been an amazing experience for myself, and we're inviting more people to come.
It's been goals of many of us here at the church, at the St. Alice, that we are one community, that we don't have two divided communities. So little by little, we've been working towards that. But now with this new translation service, we're hoping that it'll work a little better and get us more of a united community, a gathered community. That we just continue to grow closer together. That we don't have that we're just all one, and everyone feels like this is their home, and that St. Alice is theirs, and that there's no separation. When you say St. Alice, you're talking about everybody.
The Feast of St. Alice is a big event for all of us from different diversity, and then we get all together. We meet all the different countries.
Married to Blanco 27 years.
Oh, congratulations.
3 kids that we reared right here in St. Alice. You know what I'm saying? We were the originals to start to help with the Spanish Mass. This was our first welcome to the community right here. St. Alice done things for us that, I don't think they did for any other family. You know what I mean? And we've had nothing but opening arms.
Amazing. Yes.
I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, the Anglos, all of them come back and say hello.
It's a big salad.
It was an old senior parish and a lot of young Latinos, right? And there was a little conflict initially. The Spanish ministries in the church are very active, and we all work together. So I think it's hugely improved, and there's not that stigma anymore. When we house the homeless folks for a week, we always volunteer to go help clean up the kitchen, and we were fortunate again this year because we got to work with Hispanic folks.
Do something together for the greater good of the community, and it's always a good thing.
I feel really at home. I feel like this is my home now. I've met so many great people.
I believe that everyone has a chance to learn about God. It doesn't really matter what race you are, Mexican, Filipino, American, black, doesn't matter.
I'm thankful for the gift of being your shepherd, and the gift of being able to celebrate the Eucharist as one community.
Sa pamamagitan ng pagtaguyod sa batas ng suso. That the members of our community may be one in unity. Para que los difuntos de nuestra comunidad.
And I think the thing that we've appreciated most about St. Alice is what a broad range it covers.
So it's a working class town. I think it'll always be.
As well, but it's that building relationships that really makes all the difference.
It's not an afterthought to blend our community together. It's really the first step for us and the consideration of all we do.
The Hispanic population is over half of our parish. and that's the reality of a lot of parishes in Oregon, and so we're no different in that respect. I think what does make it different is that there has been a lot of positive effort to really bring the communities together, and that we are a multilingual, multicultural church, and folks that are resistant to that, saying, well, it wasn't what they grew up with. And I understand that. It's not what I grew up with necessarily either in small town Oregon, But it's saying that what gifts and blessings are available to that with this. It presents unique challenges, but I think also there's a lot of gifts and sharing and growth and building together that can really happen.
Sometimes they take for granted, that these people don't care about learning English. That's not true. Not at all.
I really like when we have one big parish mass, because usually Mother will do part in Spanish, part in English, which is really nice.
Just like typical American Catholic practice, it's only a pretty narrow slice of the whole richness of the Roman Catholic pie. And getting to speak another language is there's so much more enrichment.